This is the KoperCrabb Podcast. What up?
I am Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss.
As some of you might know, we just got back from our summer tour with As I Lay Dying and Chelsea Grin. So, of course, we have leftover tour merch up in the store. I'm wearing a shirt. Naveen's wearing one of the shirts. We have a bunch of other stuff. A couple of vinyls, new vinyl variants that we haven't put out online yet. They're in the store. They're signed. So go and pick some of that stuff up. We ship all of it ourselves. So if you leave us a note, then we will see it. It's ENTHEOSstore.com. And also, so you guys are finding out about the shirt drop second. The people on our mailing list find out first. So if you want to go and join that, go to ENTHEOSofficial.com and just scroll to the bottom of the page. Sign up for our email updates, and that's where you get all of the information first.
And we don't abuse the emails.
We really don't.
You get one every once in a while when there's actually something going on. It's not just every day.
That's true.
An email, buy sales, and it's fake sales and stuff.
Yeah, it's not like that. We do send them out. It's been kind of frequent this year just because we've been putting out singles so often, which this podcast will actually come out the day before our next single comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, so our next single off of our upcoming EP, An End to Everything. The next song is called 1,000 Days, and it comes out next Thursday, September 5th. We're putting out a music video for it, and the song will be up. When we wrote the EP, 1,000 Days is my favorite song off of the EP. So I'm really excited for people to hear it. It's a little different, a little the same, It's true ENTHEOS.
I think we've kind of figured it out on this EP.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like really good about
the thing.
We both just did this. We hang out a lot, obviously. We both just did that at the same time, but
hand gestures.
Yeah. But this is my favorite material that we've written, and we're now writing new material.
Yeah.
I think we're both really inspired to write new stuff, and that is my favorite stuff that we've ever written, of course, which is cliche.
Yeah.
Some of you guys will like, Primal more than you like what we're doing now,
totally.
But I fucking love it, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. So go and check it out. That would be tonight. So if you guys can share it and show your friends and put it in your Instagram stories or whatever, it would really help us out.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell a friend. But we are now, I was trying to figure out how many times we've moved studios, but it's at least five.
Holy crap. Well,
but we're in a new studio.
Yeah, we are.
It's a different location in our house. It's like a living room is now the studio. So we were in a bedroom, and it was a little too crammed.
It was hot, sweaty. Yeah, I would sweat in there. Harrison was sweating.
It was too hot
barely
in there
breathe.
and shitty, especially when we had guests over. So 4 people in there. There was only one little AC vent.
Yeah, it was a little.
So we've been kind of trying to dial this room in. We've got some memorabilia on the walls. We're gonna get another camera angle so you can see the whole room. Get the vibe.
We figured
you're here.
Yeah. We figured 6 years in, it's time to take this serious.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We've probably said this on 100 episodes?
Oh, I'm sure. There should be someone should go back and make a clip montage of all the times we've said that we're going to do things that we don't do, but we really did. We made sure to do all of this before we filmed a new episode. We really dialed it in.
We did do some new stuff, some upgrades.
Yeah.
As you can tell, my camera angle looks absolutely insane.
Yeah, I know.
We're still working on Cheney's.
Well, we're gonna Naveen. So what Naveen didn't tell me is that he bought we have one super sick camera lens, and the other camera is not as sick of a lens, and he put the super sick camera lens on himself.
Okay, so to be fair, I thought you were gonna be sitting on this side.
Yeah.
That's why I set it up like that. Mm-hmm. But I'll take it. I mean, dang, that looks really good.
So we're ordering one of those, we're really...
we gotta get another lens or whatever, and,
Yeah.
We got a dial thing. It's a work in progress, man.
I think it always is. The video thing has become kind of secondary to music, but also because of doing the podcast, we're learning more about that. So it's just a thing that we're learning more about over time. and how to make it look good and what colors work and, you know.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't think, Chaney and I are, neither of us are passionate videographers, I would say.
That is very true.
We just learn it because we have to.
Yeah, it's just it's a part of the thing.
But yeah, we're trying to do that. We're trying to expand the podcast. We got someone helping us out now with cutting clips.
Yeah.
So that will be great.
Shout out to Sam from Fallujah, who is cutting clips for us now.
The clip guy.
See, that was one of, I feel, our biggest problem. Neither of us really like cutting clips. It's tedious. It doesn't seem like it would take forever to get a good clip out of an episode, but it takes like, I don't know, it would take one of us 3 hours to cut a clip. Yeah. It takes a while.
Do it. I especially don't want to do it because I don't want to sit there and listen to myself talk for an hour or two.
Yeah, and then just stare.
I'm just like, oh God, cringe.
Yeah, it's.
I think, and then he's been doing it now, and he just sends them to us. I'm like, there we go. It's great. I don't have to do it. It's
fantastic.
This is what like people who actually get stuff done do. They don't do it all themselves.
No, they don't. They delegate it. Yeah. You know, you make the decision about where your time is best spent, and then you get other people to help you along the way. That's why we brought Harrison in, right?
Yeah.
Because Naveen doesn't need to be flipping around doing whatever, moderating the
He's gotta moderate
you know,
the chat,
it's better for Harrison knows more about that stuff, so it makes more sense for him to do that. But you know, so that's a lesson you learn over time. Yeah. All that either of us signed up for is I just wanted to be a vocalist.
That's true.
Naveen just wanted to be a drummer and a guy who plays guitar.
I like recording too. I'm very technical with the recording stuff.
You are.
So
That's
I do like
true.
that.
That's true, but you
don't about that.
You don't spend as much of your time doing that as you do like dialing in your drum kit.
That's true. That's fun. Well, I don't know. So it just depends.
True.
It just depends.
True.
It depends. Sometimes I do more of the recording and less dialing in the kit. It just depends.
Yeah, so those are two things that you really care about, and then it's like the external parts of those you don't really. I mean, are you gonna make drums? Are you gonna forge your own wood out of the forest and build your own drum kit? You know, it's like, yeah, you have someone do that for you and go to a company and get their beautiful drum kit, and then you just play it because that's what you're passionate about.
Save time. Save time. Buy a drum set. But yeah, so we've been gone for 4 months, and we got married. That was one of the
we did
things
get
that
married.
We did. Yeah,
we need to. Harrison was there.
Harrison was there.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you have fun at the wedding, Harrison?
It was a blast.
There we go.
Dude, it was Harrison like one of our wedding. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it was probably the best day of my life.
It was easily the best wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah, best wedding I've been to as well.
Thanks, Harrison. See, rave reviews. Wow. The reviews are in.
And you know what's funny about that? Our wedding was it was like a hang sesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one danced. Everyone just wanted to hang.
Really. I was actually surprised.
Me too. Everyone just wanted to hang. Like they didn't want to. And I was like, hey, that's the vibe. I'm not even mad about this. This is great.
You know what I really love about our wedding is that a lot of our friends made friends with each other.
Yeah.
A lot of people who like had never met and they might have heard us talk about another person and they like got to link up and make friends with each other. Yeah. And that was really a beautiful thing to see a bunch of people who we love like getting to hang out with each other and meet and make friends with each other.
Or members from our family meeting some of our friends who they hadn't met yet. You know, people that are really close to you and everything. Eddie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was shit. It was incredible. It was really fun. I recommend it. Getting married. Yeah.
If you find the right person, then definitely get married. But don't just do it to do it.
Just be engaged for 12 years first to make sure that you're.
Yeah, you really got to ride it out and go through like a pandemic so that you guys have to be completely together.
How about go on a tour? You should be forced to go on a tour together.
Dude, 30-day tour. You should.
Yeah.
I feel like that could make or break a bunch of people.
Yeah. So if you can do that together, I mean.
New prerequisite.
I feel like getting married is like a piece of cake compared to that.
That's true. That's very true.
But,
touring is hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people. So, like going on the last tour that we were on, we just got off of a tour and it was easily the best, most luxurious tour that our band has ever done. And it's still super grueling to do tours.
Absolutely brutal.
Like we got a hotel every night. There were 3 hotel rooms. So everyone kind of, there weren't a ton of people crammed up in one room, but still it's super brutal to do.
You got to stick to that schedule.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
I was getting my nails done today and my nail tech was just like, so how long do you get to spend in each of these cities?
0 time at all, basically.
0.
Yeah.
The most that I see, we're there for about 12 hours. You get there at 1 p.m. That's when we had to load in over the summer. And then you kind of leave at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's true.
But the most that I see in any place that we go to is like where I go to eat or if I go to a gym.
Yeah.
Or to get my nails done. Like maybe a gym will be 15 minutes away from the venue. So I see a 15-minute drive of the city, which I did in Tacoma, which like Tacoma is really cool. But just because it was so far away, the gym was so far away from the venue.
Yeah.
But most of the time we see absolutely nothing. Everyone's working all day. Everyone's tired.
Oh, yeah.
Your body is just kind of worn out from playing shows every single day because the most days that we have off consecutively is 1. That's the
one
most.
day off, yeah. And then if we do have a day off, we're probably driving for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So.
There was a really bad day off on this last tour. Oh my gosh. So we had a day off.
Yeah.
This is kind of jumping a little far into the tour.
Should we let's get our bearings straight.
Can I tell the story though about this before I forget? So
all right.
We did have one day off. It was between Albuquerque and maybe Phoenix.
Yeah, and we got a hotel and then we pulled up at the hotel and everyone was like, we're gonna go to this Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's more to tell. We got to start before that.
Yeah, what else happened?
We get to we pull up at the hotel and it's like first of all, it's not even early. It's probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Or something like that, 7 p.m. We get to the hotel. They're like, oh, the card machine for making the cards to go in the rooms is broken. So we have to walk you up to the room. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like my one day off. I was like wanting to chill.
Well, they had to walk us up one by one and there were so many people staying at the hotel.
So there's a bunch of people staying there and they're like, this one guy behind me is like, I've been waiting 30 minutes to get upstairs. And I was like, all right, guys, let's go eat. Fuck it. Because the place was going to close. So half the group goes and runs across. It's a huge, busy street. So we're going to go eat across the street. And then I'm like, all right, we'll come back. We'll deal with the hotel situation. So we run. And then half of us run and go sit down.
All the guys ran.
But
Shannon and I, so if you guys haven't met Shannon, she does our merch. She TMs for us. She's a very good friend of ours. And Shannon and I kind of were like walking behind the guys.
Yeah.
And it was across a busy street. So the hotel was across the street from the Mexican restaurant and it was a really busy street.
Yeah, it's like one of those, what do you think, like 4 to 6 lane, like 3 in each direction with a median? Median? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Median.
So from across the street, it's median.
Is it Midian?
Median.
Oh, okay. Midian is that Cradle of Filth album.
So we were walking across the street and Shannon and I were behind all the guys. And we see probably a 3-month-old cat running across like a Texas Roadhouse parking lot. And I say to Shannon, oh my God, I wish that cat wasn't so close to such a busy road. So a car, right after I say that, within 30 seconds, a car pulls out of the Texas Roadhouse parking lot, scares the cat across the 4-lane road that's super busy. And Shannon and I watched this cat just get run over.
Yeah.
And the cat climbs its way it climbs over a curb and we go after the cat. And the guys go on to the Mexican restaurant because I don't think that you saw what happened.
We didn't see what happened, but when we were over there, Brant was like, oh, they just I think a cat just got hit and Cheney and Shannon are like trying to take care of it, And I was like, I had already sat down. We had a margarita coming. I was like,
you're like, they got it.
Yeah.
They got it.
I'll check it out after, I eat.
So I walk over to this cat and it's petrified. It's a stray cat. It's petrified of us. It can't move. It's kind of trying to claw its way out of the bushes and it's just petrified. And 2 other girls who were working, they had just gotten off their shift at Texas Roadhouse, come over and like try to help us. We try to call a bunch of animal rescue places, but this was late. It was a Sunday or a Monday. Everything was closed. So we couldn't get a hold of anyone, and Shannon called a friend of hers and had her on FaceTime and had us watching the cat. And she was just like, I don't think that things are going to be good for this cat. So Shannon and I sat with the cat for 20 or 25 minutes, and she picked up the cat. She was being so brave, and she picked up the cat. I was bawling, of course.
Yeah.
We both love cats, for the record. You know, she has a cat that she loves, Hooligan, and I have all of our cats. And so she picks up the cat, and we take it to a more secluded space because we were like, well, the girls couldn't take him. We were trying to figure out what to do with him. We couldn't get a hold of any place to take the cat. So we thought we'd move him over there and we would come back out in the morning to see how he was, if he made it through the night. But while we were sitting with the cat, he passed away. So it was like totally just
traumatic.
I feel like I honestly think I do have a little bit of PTSD from it because I'll like hear, you know, the meows were it was a very sad situation.
Yeah, it sucks,
okay.
man.
It was really sad and really fucked up. And I've never like watched an animal die like that. So it was a really like not fun situation,
Yeah.
but I'm
especially
glad.
like a little guy.
Especially a little guy. A
really
little guy. But I did feel good that Shannon and I got to be there with the cat.
Yeah.
It wasn't alone to suffer. And we took it over into a field and we shrouded it in like an Archspire shirt. So Shannon was like,
It's because she was wearing the shirt.
she was wearing the shirt. Shannon had just done merch on Archspire's tour over the summer. So she was wearing a tour shirt, and she was like, I hope that whoever finds this shirt doesn't think the Archspire fans are going around killing cats.
Oh shit. Oh God.
But, you know, we got to give the cat a proper burial. I feel like it was because I messed with the aliens, because I took a video and I mocked the aliens in Roswell earlier that day.
That's where we were. That's where we were.
We were in Roswell.
Yeah.
And I was like taking a video like, oh, haha, aliens. And I was like, I mocked them. So they got me back.
Yeah.
And just like that whole day in Roswell was just a little
It was all
bizarre.
off, dude. Everything was off about it.
It was off. And then the next morning, we went and got an oil change at the Roswell Walmart. And I'm not joking, walking through that Walmart, a couple of those people might have been aliens.
Yeah.
Like it was it was a little off with some of those workers at
Did not
Walmart
pass the vibe check.
They didn't pass the vibe check.
Yeah.
But I was also a little off because of my experience the night before. But so yeah, that's the worst day off I've ever had.
Brant was like, a car got I think it broke its leg or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So I was
That's
thinking,
what I thought at first.
I was thinking, okay, maybe we'll just take it with us and have another cat, or
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's
tour.
what I was thinking. So when I got back, I was like, okay, where's the cat? And then you guys were like, he died.
He passed
I was
away.
just like, oh God.
I think though what happened, I think that his back was broken.
Yeah.
I just feel I'm happy that it wasn't like an elongated process.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Really sad. Saddest day of tour.
that was the saddest day of tour.
Yeah.
But, you know, other than that, the tour was really great.
Yeah. The tour was great. And so we went not straight from it, but we got married and then we went on tour like a couple weeks later, basically.
Yeah, well, we got married and then we
we went and shot
the next weekend, we went and shot a video for All for Nothing, which is
out now.
It's out. And you know what's cool about that video?
It's our favorite video that we've ever made.
It is our favorite video that we've ever made. And a little lore behind the video is that a lot of the flowers, so the dress that I'm wearing in the scene where like we're laying on the ground and we're surrounded by flowers. The flowers are from our wedding.
Yeah.
So we took those up to what's it called? The
Poconos.
The Poconos with us. And then the dress that I'm wearing in a lot of those scenes, and the dress that I got super muddy in that mud pit, is a dress that I ordered because my first dress had not made it like 3 days before our wedding, or it was about a week before our wedding. My initial dress had not come in the mail, and it was supposed to arrive a month earlier. So I was petrified that I was not going to have a dress to wear at our wedding. So I ordered a second dress. The first dress ended up showing up.
The backup dress.
So my backup dress is what I'm wearing in that video.
Dressgate. It was a huge thing in our families.
It was a gigantic
Where's
thing.
Janie's dress?
Yeah. Do, 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 do.
Yeah,
Dressgate.
Yeah, it was really bad.
But I'm kind of chill, and I like maybe too chill according to, you know. It's probably because my mom's so, no offense, Mom, love you. I'm sure you're listening right now, but my mom's so not chill about things like that that I think that I'm super chill about things like that. So I was kind of like, it's all going to work out. I'm going to wear a dress to our wedding. It'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah. You weren't that chill. There was a couple times where you were like pretty stressed out.
The actual day of our wedding, I was stressed as fuck.
Yeah.
I called your sister and I was bawling and I was just like, please tell me that everything's going to be okay. But in hindsight, why was I so stressed?
The wedding was the most like stressful thing that I've ever been a part of.
But why?
I don't know. It's just super stressful.
I feel like it's other people make you feel like you should be stressed. No offense.
Well, another thing is all these people from like the closest people to you.
Yeah.
There's rarely a time where you're around that many people that you're close with.
Right.
You know, it's like playing a show.
Yeah.
Except for when you look out and you intimately know every single person.
That's really what it is about.
That's probably part of the stress is you want them to have a good time and you don't want anything to go wrong and for it to be awkward or
that's
it's also
true.
just kind of fear of the unknown. Like playing a show, I know what can happen. I know what playing a show is like.
Yeah, you've practiced.
A wedding, it's just you get the shot at the wedding.
Yeah, you get one chance.
Yeah.
The thing about shows is we've been doing that for so long. Yeah. Like we got this. Like
yeah, like the day of the wedding, actually the night before. So we had like a party at our house.
Yeah.
For all of our families and everybody to get together. And I just like couldn't even have fun. I was just like so stressed out. I was just walking around like, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Sick.
Yeah.
I just was fucking so stressed out about the wedding.
Yeah. But I do feel like the fact that we play shows and we're used to talking to so many people did prepare us for that occasion.
Yeah, it did help.
Like, you know, we know how to go and talk to 1 million people in one night. It's not really a stressor.
And it was the best thing ever. I think both of us said this like right after we got married and we like ran off and we had like drinks and stuff. Mm-hmm. We were like, that was so awesome. Never doing that again.
Yeah, never.
Never doing that again. Loved it. The best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it was like
Never
the best day ever. Seriously.
Never want to do it again.
It's so cool. It's also cool. Like a bunch of our friends, I don't want to say that you don't know how your friends feel about you, but it is awesome to have those kind of occasions that provoke that feeling of love and nostalgia. And it's like so many people who have been such a part of our lives for so long, like, you know, just people we hadn't seen in a while were there. And it's cool to have everyone together in one place. There's nothing like it. We had a huge party. So we had the wedding, had a reception, and then we had a huge party at our house that lasted until like 5 the next morning.
We had a school bus pick everybody up.
Yeah.
Who didn't want to drive or was drinking or whatever. So we had a lot of people got on that school bus too.
Yeah, I know.
So it took us from the wedding venue to our house, which was like a 30-minute drive, something like that.
Yeah, 30-minute drive. And then Chance, who's been on the podcast a few times, DJ'd at our house, and Leo who was the vocalist of Animosity, DJ'd for a while.
So when we were like pulling up to 5 minutes away, I was like, Chance was here getting set up. I was like, dude, start DJing now. Like he's like, no one's here. I'm like, start it up now.
Yeah.
And then like, so when we walked in, everybody was like,
yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, it was super fun. Cool.
So it was rad. So yes, then the next weekend we went to Leo, had a festival, a rave, if you will, up in was it New York or New Jersey? It was Jersey.
It was in the mountains of New Jersey.
Yeah. It's called Dripping. Very fun. If you're into
it was really fun. That
kind of stuff, then highly recommend it. There were a ton of people there, maybe 1,000? I don't know how many people.
I think he said it was something like 800, but we had to go that way to film our video. And then we were looking at it and Leo's event was like an hour away from the video shoot. So we're like, maybe we can tie this all together, and then, so we did get to go. We camped. Was it 2 nights or 1? 2 nights, yeah. We camped for 2 nights, had a grand old time.
Yeah, it was great.
And then went and shot the video.
Yep, stayed.
And then drove back. I mean, that's a far drive. It was like 13 hours.
13
plus.
hours, yeah. Also, shout out to Dave and Allie, My Good Eye Music Visuals, who have shot 4 of the 5 videos from the CP.
Yeah.
Who we shot that video with, all for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came home and went on tour. But first, we practiced with a new band. So the guys who played guitar for us over the summer were Michael Stansel, who is in Allegiant, and Andrew Viretta, who is in Interloper. He plays live with Ingested. He's in the Faceless. And so that was our first time playing with those guys. So we kind of came home and just like started gearing up for that right away.
Yeah. But Andrew only had enough time to practice with us for 1 day.
Yeah.
So luckily we've had booked some shows to get out to the start of tour so that we could, so this tour was kind of bigger. We didn't want our first show with these new guys to be the first show of the tour.
Yeah.
So we had some warm-up shows. It was great.
Yeah,
they
work
went
out the
really, really
kinks.
well. It was like, we were actually, Shane and I talk about it a lot. We were kind of surprised by how many people showed up.
I mean, I think that, the off-day headlining shows, which when you do like routing shows, they aren't really the most promoted shows. It's not on a tour. It's
kind
just
of last minute.
It's like, let's fill in these dates to like get some gas money on the way to the tour. So we were incredibly surprised, and seriously, thank you to everyone who came out to all of those shows, because it really like inspired us and gave us courage to be like, wow, maybe we could actually go out and do a headliner on our own. So it was very reassuring and really cool to see all of you guys. Thank you so much. Those were fun sets to do. We did 7 off-day shows. And then we went to tour with As I Lay Dying and Chelsea Grin, and that started in Santa Cruz, California.
Our old hometown.
Our old stomping ground.
Where the podcast was started.
Yeah, that's true. Right there in a barn.
Mm-hmm.
Old SoCal.
Oh, I guess we stopped by at my mom's. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to pick
That's
up some
weird.
merch from your mom's.
Actually, in hindsight, that's really weird. We just stopped by there and didn't hang out.
Well, I stayed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I got ready.
That's right. Yeah, when I'm on tour, I'm just so thinking about tour that I'm like not even a person. I'm just like a machine. Like, all right, we gotta get there. I'm not like going like, oh, it's my old house. I'm not like, I've learned how to dissociate.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
no emotions. I'm just like, all right, go to the show.
I mean, there were people that I was thinking like that I would have loved to catch up with in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
But tour is so like, you're on such a schedule. You can't really get away from the venue. We load in at 1, then we have sound check. What time we were sound checking at 5 and 6.
Yeah, between 5 and 6.
And then so you don't have very much time. You just kind of have to deal with the basic bare necessities.
Yeah.
But I do use my vocalist privilege to do things like stay at Naveen's mom's while everyone else is loading in, or just stay back and
get cocktails.
And do my makeup and go to the gym. things like that. I was having great cocktail hours on this tour with Shannon. I started forcing Shannon, but Shannon can't come. I'll be getting lunch at 2 and Shannon can't come until 4:30. So but it was a great time. A lot of cool restaurants. I went to this really rad restaurant across from the venue in LA. Shannon and I went together, and it had, it was rooftop with a pool, really expensive, everything that Naveen loves in a restaurant, really good cocktails. I paid $29 for I want to say that my lobster roll was as big as this lipstick. It was so small that I was pissed when it came out. I was just like, are you kidding me? And I never get mad about things like that. I like spending
It's
money
the
on.
complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
I want a huge portion for a small amount of money.
Yeah. So Naveen, what
So-
was your favorite show of the tour? How do we talk about this tour? What was the
favorite
What was it
show?
like? What was tour like for you?
Tour was good. I really liked it. I've found that I miss tour the fastest out of this last tour. Usually when we get home, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm good. Like, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm kind of like, I wish that we were going on tour again.
Yeah, I do miss it a little bit.
I'm ready to go.
Well, I forgot to say at the beginning of this episode, actually, that we are headlining a benefit show in Denver on October 5th at the Brutal Poodle.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Mouth for War is on it, as well as Waste. We're just going to fly out and play the show. And so Andrew cannot play that show with us, so Scott Carstairs from Fallujah is going to be filling in for us. So that'll be
pretty cool.
It'll be pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So for those of you in the Denver area, that's going to be a rager. I hear that I can't remember it's Thank You Fest. I hear that these Thank You Fests are popping off and that the Brutal Poodle makes really good food. So I'm really excited for that. But
yeah, me too.
So yeah, I'm also missing playing shows.
Yeah, I miss playing shows and selling merch and just being productive every day.
Yeah.
Like, tour is so simple. You don't have to, you can just turn your brain off.
Yeah, you don't have to think of what to do. You already know what you have to do.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm loading in. I'm going to get some food, play the show, go to the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think this tour, we wanted to be there earlier than normal. So I think with us trying to be there at like 1 every day, we tour in a van. We don't have a driver or anything like that. So the sleep situation was a bit of a bummer.
Oh yeah. I mean,
whatever.
Think of it this way. We have to drive. Usually every drive is about 4 hours, right? From city to city. Let's just call it a 4-hour average because it's still fucked. It's still fucked. It's still fucked on a 4-hour average.
I'd say it's 6 on average.
6 on average. Okay. So we try to find hotels that are like a decent drive that give us time to sleep a bit in the morning. So we'll, on a 6-hour drive, I'll look for a hotel that's maybe like 2.5 or 3 hours away.
Yeah.
So we leave a venue 12:30. We're driving 2.5 or 3 hours. So we're getting to most of our hotels at like 3:30 in the morning.
And then I have to go in and check in, which is super
Naveen has to check in to a lot of the hotels.
Dude, they haven't figured out how to like just check you into 3 rooms at once. Like, dude, just print one paper that has all the rooms I'm getting on there.
Yeah.
I'll just sign that and I'll give it back to you.
Not 3 separate
It's like,
times.
I need you to put your car information and all this shit on 3 different ones. Dude, people don't get more than 1 room.
Ever? Yeah.
Also, why is getting a hotel room such a serious thing? You know what I mean? Like, there's all these documents and shit. It's like, dude, I'm just going to sleep. Like, what the fuck? But I think it's because we don't get like higher end hotels.
Yeah, right.
I think if you get like a higher end one, it's like you get an app on your phone and that's how it should be.
Totally.
They send you a code on your phone and you just scan it on the door and you go in.
Yeah, it's bougie.
But yeah, oh man, it was super frustrating.
But so
it pissed me off, man.
Yeah, pissed Naveen off. So we'll get there at like 3:30, go to bed 4. I take a shower before I go to bed. Go to bed at 4:30. Then, so we have a 3-hour drive the next day. We have to make sure that there's enough time for us all to get food for like gas stops, whatever. So we have to leave like 4 hours before we're supposed to be somewhere. 1 o'clock, that means we're leaving at 9. So we get there at 3:30, go to bed at 4, leave at 9. So we have to wake up at 8 or 8:30, depending on how ready you want to get the next morning.
So it was something like that.
So it's grueling.
A lot of days.
It's a thing.
Fucking shitty.
Besides that, though, let's talk about the good parts of the tour.
So that was shitty, but then you can go back to sleep in the van if you're not driving, which is most of the time. You know?
Yeah.
What was great was having an awesome crew.
Our crew ruled.
Really good sound guy, Sean.
Yeah, Sean Martinez, shout out. Bassist of Decrepit Birth.
We had a light dude.
Yeah, Brant. Shout
LD,
out.
light dude. And he brought a bunch of lights and all this. I mean, it looked insane.
Yeah.
Shannon did a great job, obviously.
Shannon kills it.
Worked really hard.
Stancil and Andrew were great. Having them was fantastic. They were doing backing vocals, and I feel like that brought a lot to our live show. The backing, the aspect of backing vocals.
It was so cool.
as much as I've always wanted backing vocals, I feel like I underestimated how much breathing time it would give me.
Yeah, I know.
It was
Because
a
just
game
them doing
changer.
one little line here and there, you
Yeah.
can just boom, fill in and then come back in.
Totally.
Super strong. So yeah, I think it made your vocals even better.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can hear a clip of that in the video that I posted from Dallas.
Yes, you can. I mean, you
People
can
were
hear it on
commenting,
YouTube
"Those
too. I've been
backing
looking
vocals."
around.
Yeah, and then we have some really good videos that I shot with Pro Drummers Live
In Denver.
in Denver, and I saw all the videos, and they're fucking insanely good.
Yeah.
They brought a bunch of GoPros.
They
and,
sound so good.
Yeah, she had someone mix it. It sounds fucking crazy good.
Yeah.
So
It's,
those are gonna be really great.
that was so Lily, who used to work at Sick Drummer, and Dave
Havoc.
Sanchez from Havoc.
Yeah, they did it, and yeah, totally awesome.
Yeah.
So those will come out. That's good.
Is that Dave's last name? I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are sick. So what was your favorite show of the tour?
I mean, I think the standout shows for me were Florida at Janice
Oh
Live.
yeah, that was insane.
Just because I had never played a venue like that venue before.
It
It
felt
was nuts.
It felt like playing. So there's a video actually up on our Instagram of like a live video of us, and that's from Janice Live. It felt like playing a festival, but it wasn't a festival.
Yeah. There was just so many people there, and it was an outdoor stage, and it was in Florida, so it's obviously really, really hot.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. I kind of prefer to play when it's a little more hot. Gets me like in the zone.
The only thing that I don't like about outdoor venues is that when you're the opener, as we were on this tour, we play in the light.
Yeah.
It's bright outside, so our light show is kind of like doesn't exist.
The light show pretty much didn't exist, but
Which, whatever.
that show just really stuck out to me as being a really standout show. The crowd was super into it.
They were amazing. Yeah.
The Denver show was sick. Like right when we start playing, just pit happened. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
that was
insane right off the bat. Because we're the first band, and so sometimes the crowd's not warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it takes a little while for people to get into it. Maybe they just got off of work or whatever. Maybe it's the middle of the week.
Yeah.
You know, people. I posted a clip from us playing in Denver. I mean, in Dallas. That's actually another one of the shows that stands out to me as one of the better ones.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Just because that venue was crazy and there were so many people there. But some people were complaining in the comments like, "Oh, look at that crowd!" It's like this is literally like 30 seconds of our first song.
Yeah, and we're
Right.
the first band.
So we're the dead first, but the show just started.
Yeah.
So obviously, for the most part, people aren't gonna just go completely nuts right when we start.
The people aren't really drunk when
Yeah.
people aren't drunk when we go on.
They just
As
got in
people
there.
get more drunk,
Yeah.
progressively drunker throughout the night, the
Yeah.
shit starts getting
Like
a
they
little
just
crazier.
got in there. They're just getting a drink. They're
We're
so-
kind of like the warm up committee, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So which I have talked about this before, but I think it's a great place to be in. You want to open. You want to experience that in your musical career because that's how you learn to like really pump up a crowd.
gotta win them
'Cause
over.
you,
dude.
yeah, you take that on to headlining sets, but it's you have to learn how to like get a crowd to do what you want them to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It gives you the skill of playing to a bunch of people who haven't heard you before.
Yeah.
And then trying to get them to like your band and also be physically into the music.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a great test.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
great test.
But I mean, some nights people knew of us. I mean, it was all over the map, you know? Like,
yeah,
I
of
think
course.
a lot more so on this tour than any tour we've ever done. I saw people like singing the words and kind of like,
which
you
was
know, knowing
crazy.
some of the parts, how they, you can tell people like know the guitar part or drum part or whatever.
What was especially crazy to me is that people knew a lot of the words to An End to Everything, which is a song that just came
Yeah.
out.
It was pretty much that one and I'm the Void they knew a lot.
Yeah, a lot of the
So,
words, which was
yeah,
crazy.
It was really cool. I'd say Denver sticks out as really
I would say
awesome.
one you didn't talk about is New York. That was the best New York City show we have ever played. And
New York
New
was
York is,
insane.
there have been so many good New York shows. So many shows stand out to me. But that New York show was on fucking fire.
nuts.
Like it was crazy. The energy in that room was just amazing. And, I got to go out every night with As I Lay Dying and sing a song with them. And just the energy in New York was absolutely insane.
Yeah, and then we stayed in New York till like 6 a.m. So that was also cool.
Yes, we did. We hung out.
Had a good time.
We had a great time. Got to see Dave and Allie.
Went to Artichoke Pizza.
Went to Artichoke Pizza. Went to the bars. Hung out, with Azalea Dying on their bus and stuff. And yeah, that was a great night.
Yeah, it was freaking fun.
Which I do want to say,
really
that
sick.
was like just all of the bands together as well. That was one of the greatest like touring crews of people. Like everyone was kind and nice and accommodating, and it was just like a really good spirited tour.
It was. Well, when you're playing shows like that every night, who's going to be mad?
You know.
There's no chance at the show being not sick.
Yeah. Some
It's
people
like, all right,
though,
tonight's going to be insane. Fuck. So is the next night. And, you're just doing that every night, and it's amazing.
yeah, but I think that you can relate to this as well, that we have been on tour with some bands who are doing the same thing, who it's like not
Less like,
It's
less
less
wanting to come, like,
and
hang
friendly.
out and stuff. Yeah, like people would from the tour would stop by our backstage or come hang out with us at our van, or they're kind of outgoing. I
Yeah,
guess you
just
could say.
it just ruled. It was so fun hanging out with everyone, and
Yeah.
it was like one of my favorite touring experiences ever.
I
So
would have to agree with that.
yeah,
Chicago was really sick.
Chicago was awesome. I'm going top 3. Not that the other shows weren't sick, but top 3: New York, Denver, Florida. I'm gonna agree with you. Those were the sickest shows.
I really liked Dallas just because of that venue.
Yeah, that venue is amazing.
That venue was huge. It was like playing in an arena. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah, the last time that we played that venue, it was cool coming back.
I don't know if we played that actual venue.
We did. We played there. That was the festival.
I know, but I think it might have been somewhere else.
No, it was there.
Not so sure.
Guaranteed.
Not so sure.
It's called the Bomb Factory. I can guarantee.
I know, but that's
it.
just the factory.
That was where it was.
I think the Bomb Factory might be a different venue.
Dude, it was the same backstage. It was literally the
Really?
same exact place.
Because
Yes.
that place was so huge. Are you sure we played there?
100,000,000%.
Was it different?
No,
They didn't remodel it?
no.
Fuck.
It was the same exact place. We played there. So the last time that we played there was literally, I think, our 4th show. We played a festival.
I know the show you're talking about, but I'm just thinking it wasn't that place.
I'm gonna punch you. It was that place. You're wrong
Because
about
someone,
this.
I overheard someone when we were played there that they were like, "Oh yeah, this is not the Bomb Factory; it's the factory."
It's the same place. It's how I know the backstage. The backstage is exactly the same.
Okay.
Because I remember like Dustin was with us, and we played with like the Atlas Moth.
And BT Bam
And
was
BT
there.
Bam
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Animals as Leaders was there. And I remember going into Animals as Leaders backstage because someone made them like an Animals as Leaders like bong piece. And I remember checking it out
A
back then.
bong piece.
It was just like a huge bong thing.
Oh, speaking of Animals Leaders, they showed up to a show, rolled out.
Yeah, they
the
rolled
whole
out.
band.
They rolled out to the LA show.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was great to see those guys.
Yeah, dude, the full band
Yep, all of them.
is really cool. They're,
But yeah,
they were hanging out.
so that was a good tour. Actually, that venue. What was the name of that venue?
Aztec or something.
Oh, what was it called? I can't fucking remember, but that venue wins the best backstage bathroom
Yeah,
because they had like, there's a picture on my Instagram of me in a robe and they're,
yeah. They had.
so in their bathroom, we each, like every backstage room had its own bathroom, and they left us a robe and like a towel and a bunch of face masks and slippers. And
Yeah, it
I was
was-
just feeling like $1,000,000.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And Brant was holding up our fruit.
The fruit tray. Yeah.
Cater.
It was
What's it called?
Rider.
Rider.
Yeah.
He was holding up our rider for me. Yeah. Just felt like $1,000,000 at that one.
Yeah, it definitely felt like $100.
But yeah, so tour was great.
Yeah, that was just fun. I want to do it again.
Me too. I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I think we'll go on tour again. What do you think?
I feel like, yeah. I mean, we're definitely going on tour again, obviously. But it's just that tour in particular.
It was a
just
great
like,
time.
Yeah, this is sick.
Great fucking time.
I guess sometimes tours can be, it hasn't been like this for a while for us, but I'm saying like, I'm sure there's people out there that can relate. You're on a tour and you're kind of like, yeah, it's sick to play and everything, but it's like, I don't know, is this really like worth doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not how I felt about this tour.
No, that on that
and the
tour,
off day shows too. The off day shows I was super inspired by.
Yeah, me too.
Like it was sick. People rolled out and wanted to see us play, and it was like, I mean, even though obviously those shows are smaller than the Absolutely Dying shows, it was like, it was equally as cool.
It was totally as cool. When you go and headline a show, I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but I have a severe anxiety attached to it.
Because we never really do it.
We never really do it, and I legitimately think that 2 people are going to show up.
I know,
every
like
time
everyone's
going
to leave. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, no one's going to come.
Yeah.
Right? And then people start
Right.
showing up, and I'm like, all right, they're all going to leave before
Me
we
too.
play. Yeah.
I think that's called anxiety that we
Yeah.
that we're
And then we
displaying.
play, and I'm like, damn, there's some people here. Like,
I know. Every night before because we would like do a walk on, I was always like, did those people stay?
no, it's like more people came because there's people at the bar and like
Yeah.
here and there, and then everyone's there.
Yeah.
And we did like New Orleans was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's see, where did we
Vegas
we did,
was insane.
Yeah, Vegas was freaking
Vegas
super
very
sick.
much surprised me because I feel like Vegas can be a really hit or miss market.
Yeah,
And we did pretty damn well in that room.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was packed.
It was packed.
It was
yeah.
packed. It was great.
It was
and
crazy.
it was a good vibe. People were hanging out and having a good time.
Yeah, man. I like our fans. I think that they're great people, really cool people. We met a lot of cool people through this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think a
so
couple golden
are
lobsters
there?
showed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a golden lobster now for those of
We
you
do.
who
I
can't.
don't think this is actually golden. Is it?
It's a bronze lobster.
It's a bronze lobster. We'll paint it. I'll get a real golden one.
Yeah,
I like the color.
It said that it was gold.
It said wrong.
Well, we bought that at Cracker Barrel, and then because I was like, dude, we can spray paint this gold.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah.
It was like $2.
So that's our little golden lobster mascot.
$2 chuck.
We have a lot of memorabilia in here that people have given us on
We-
tour and whatnot.
We do. We're starting to. We finally have been able to put everything into a room because I've saved everything that people have made for us. If they've drawn pictures of us or sent us stuff, or Sean Makita made that, and
Of course, you can't see it.
Alex.
It's
Yeah,
all
no
out
one
of
can see
frame,
any of this stuff, but
we're gonna get a camera on.
yeah, once we have a widescreen camera, we'll show everyone everything. But yeah, are there any questions?
And how long
Harrison?
have we been going for?
47 minutes.
Naveen
47
can't
minutes.
go on an episode without asking that.
Well, I want to make sure that we're timely.
Yeah. What's that mean?
I don't know. So did we get questions or no?
No.
None. All right.
All right, no questions.
That
Let's
means we've done a
cut
good
this
job
shit off, dude.
Explaining. That's what it means.
We have. We're back.
They were like, "Oh, I wanted," and then we just answered
And
the
then they're like,
question while
"Got
we were
it.
talking.
Got it.
Yeah. So
All right, so let's cut this episode off. Do you have
we're
anything else to
back.
say about tour?
I think
I feel like we didn't really talk about it very much. Didn't really go in depth.
we got a lot of stuff out
With
there.
it.
We covered some ground.
All right.
But yeah, of course we're gonna be back next week.
Yeah, we will be.
Maybe we'll get some guests up in here. Try to do that. Be fun.
We will.
But it does feel good to be back.
Yes.
Um,
It does feel good to be back. I don't know if I actually said this on the podcast, but now we're shooting the Twitches. See, I forgot about all the shit to say at the beginning of the podcast. We're shooting the Twitch streams are now happening a week before we post the podcast. So if you go and subscribe to our Twitch channel, you can watch the podcasts live a week before they actually come out on YouTube
yeah.
and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all of that stuff. So
You get the pre and post show.
right.
You get the podcast a week early.
Yep.
And you get the happy hour,
Which
we're
we'll
bringing
probably
back.
do about once a month, I would
We're
say.
thinking of not doing it every week.
We can't do it every
It's
week.
a little bit
It's
much.
too much to take on.
So I have to get drunk on that. And,
Yeah. And then it's one drunk day a week, and then what do we
that's
do the
too
next
much.
day?
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't
Little
get
too
drunk
much.
one day a week, and then like the weekend rolls around, and I might want to drink that
Also
weekend.
drunk.
So it's like, dude,
So
I'm
you're
just
just
drinking all the time.
Then you're drunk all week. Then
Yeah.
you're a stone cold alcoholic.
Yeah,
by the end of
problematic.
the-
So I think we're gonna do that. I think we should do it at least once a month.
Yeah, we
It's
will.
a really good time.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah, they do.
So
All right, so we're going to wrap it up for this week. And we will see you guys next week. Love y'all.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for
great
tuning in.
to be back, and thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Love you. Have a good one.